puts himself in a position to perform.
He sure does. He's just getting stronger as this event goes on. What a time to peak and reach this second turn here. Look at that. He goes vertical once again.
Oh, just, man, he sat on his heel side rail setting up that bottom turn for so long. A little bauble there, but kind of cleaned it up and got to the finish. And you can see Griff's doing some pretty special stuff outside as well, but he's taking off so deep on the peak at the moment and really setting up these backhand hooks right up in the pocket, man. He's just, look, leaning on it, drags it out, now attacks, gets it right up vertical, gets all that release and pivot off the lip. And the back half of his board was completely disconnected from the lip of that from the lip of the wave on that final manoeuvre. Somehow gets back into position to land the finishing turn.
So impressive. Gabriel Medina looks like he's improving on his lead.
It was just to look into the future about, what we have seen. And up and riding Tyler Wright again. Wow. Beautiful surfing and just taking this one through to the inside section here.
She is just powered up, Bugs. She just looks so confident. She's sinking that rail deep into the face of those waves and really generating speed through those turns at the moment.
Was the champ of the Margaret River event as we watch the opener from Steph Gilmore firing out of the gates here.
Oh, have a look at this. This is just vintage Stephanie Gilmore. She's picked an absolute gem to start this heat off and really put some pressure on. But Joe, if she wasn't surfing conservatively, look at here, just jams it. Didn't go too high, about 2/3 up the face. Spray flying everywhere. Steph sets the rail again, drives around. This one had a cuppy little section on it. Look at Steph, just gets the tail release here. Angles the board back down, just textbook surfing here. And you can see, much like Tyler, she is in attack mode. There is no defensive work going. Head in her hands, but Lakey, watch how aggressive these turns are. The first one just jams it hard. The second, perhaps even harder, Joe. So a great two-turn combination here, and then she does some nice work through the inside, gets to the finish. This is the best Lakey Peterson's looked for me in a heat all year. Just looks totally in control, so really taking that pressure on and converting it just into a beautiful surfing performance here in the opening round.
Big body to
up in these last 7 minutes. Having a look at this one is Bettylou. Draws off the bottom into the first section, moves plenty of water, well-timed hit. Drives up into the pocket again, throws the fins. That's that compact frontside snap we've been talking about. It's a real point of difference to the rail turns from the other competitors.
Back to Katie's wave.
Oh, just such a raw approach from Katie. Up into the lips, so radical. Had to readjust the feet position there. Jams another tight turn off the top. And a third, so this wave just building points. Unfortunately, just could not ride out at the last.
Priority with Kyle, but he's down to third. Here's the heat leader, Ezekiel Lau. Hard off the bottom, and there's a healthy looking carve. Using a lot of the open face. Big hammer there. Two-turn combo so far, and he'll just whip a little vert climb to punch it out and make it 3 turns. Checking the conditions, Kelly just crosses so many generations. They all look at it as an opportunity, the chicken skin moment, to be able to compete with him as he's 51. Big front side hook from Toledo. Great start. Big float off the roof. Air drops in the flats. Catches up to a nice vertical climb, and ooh, that calm look up toward the panel. You love the passion and the fire from the defending world champ. Looking for a 5.51 to get the lead off Liam. I think he's done that, Felicity. You're only looking one way. That's upstairs where the judges are sitting.
Yeah.
I love the fire out of Toledo right now. There's a wrap from Liam O'Brien. Opportunity is right in front of him. Crushes that section. The man from Burley looking to shut it down and drills it. Beautiful surfing from Liam O'Brien, who's sitting right on the cut. He's in a must-win situation, chasing an 8.01. He might just get his lead back.
As an injury replacement surfer, but during the break, we had this one for John Florence. We expect excellence from him, Rich, and he's delivered once again.
Have a go at it, will you? Look, this is just picking up right where he left off, and this is John's happy place right now. The right-handers of Margaret River main break just exploding with power, destroying the lip. and just tags this thing and all the way through to an excellent score, an 8.83. What a way to start.
It's those big critical sections, the opening section in particular, and then that really dry rock inside hunk of water as John Florence just continues to impress here, taking to the sky, stomping that air, just flexing his...
to improve on his situation.
I think we're going to see maybe a bit of a difference in scores now with that last one of Italo's.
Jake Marshall on the move. Sets up a deep bottom turn, a nice clean wrapping cutback. Sets up a nice blowtail, and he will look to ride out. There it is, hands are up. Bit of passion out of Marshall. With the ocean giving him an option here. Here comes the opener for Gabriel Medina in the Western Australia Margaret River Pro. Big vertical with the tail drift. Throwing out a nice carve. He can make it into the double up and create some space for an exciting hack to finish. That is just his connectivity to the ocean.
It means kayak can mean yes, it can mean hello, and it can mean welcome at the same time. So yeah, much like aloha as well.
And what about another one, mate, that you can drop on us?
Look, there's many words, but I guess the best one would be with Warrington. Warrington is the ocean, so it's what we're here to do and celebrate today. So so Warrington being the ocean.
And this particular piece of ocean is unbelievable. Always gives us big conditions, throws a whole lot of energy our way. There's a former winner, Adriana de Souza. And he's been working with Leonardo. And that's a much better ride. Adriano liked it, just a complete wave. And Leo with a minute and 20 to go might just make his way to the beat. But let's have a look at the work that Reef was able to do on this one.
Oh, that's a better turn there for Reef Heazlewood. So this is exactly what I was talking about. Just finding a wave that cups out and allows you on your backhand to get up into that vertical approach. And gets to the finish, checking the watch quickly. Time is running out, but this was a better wave flick on the backhand, don't you?
Yeah, I love this wave. These first two turns were nice and tight in the pocket, and he'd be feeling it. He knows he's had a couple of falls, a couple of dodgy wave selections.
He's after a 6.5. Jordy holding on to that number one position in this heat, and we know this is a crucial one for Samuel Pupo. And Jordy's up at the moment. He's going to try and get rid of a 5.5 here and increase that two-wave total. Oh, wow. Interesting move option there. Layback jam. And Ezekiel out there in the lineup, who have now entered the second half of their heat, so they'll have priority. But it's Yago we're going to see live action. What a start to this ride. Super explosive, and again, just pounds the lip on the second turn. Quickly becoming, one of the strongest competitors on the CT. Yago Dora really has reached a whole new level of performance these past two seasons.
Oh, absolutely. What a way to start off. We'll get back to that.
Here goes Yago again. He's got a real comfort level, a love of this part of the world. This is where we saw turning point performances for him in his career during the 2021, that shortened season. He just started to look like he was finding his best surfing with the jersey on. I'm
loving where he's at right now and really coming into his own with being one of the best Aussies on tour. And here we're seeing another amazing Aussie on tour. We've got a replay of Arkau on his backhand, absolutely smacking that last one and riding out. And I reckon he's going to be pretty happy with that one.
Ryan loving his backhand and main break. He's always so trusty out here, Bugs.
Oh, he's so awesome out here, Ryan. He's got one of the big backhand turns on the 12 o'clock turns. I mean, he just powers out of everything. He's got the greatest finishing turn. Last year when it was 10 foot, it was unbelievable. Look at that one. Massive score going to come in here for Ryan Callinan.
But again, didn't really find the space to truly open up on that ride as Italo comes flying down the ride. And you know what he's thinking. Massive backside reverse. He's hanging on for the finish. Gets out in front. And he sticks it. And that is like a whole new level of commitment. That's a dry section. He's celebrating. A little more switched on than Kanoa has.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I look at just the difference in speed, but have a look at this thing. Takes to the air, covers about 10 feet in the projection of that backside rotation, and I can't even begin to explain just how turbulent this water is that he lands on. Does so well to get the projection here, Ron.
Unbelievable. The thing about this ride is if he just takes a straight line out in front of this wave, it's still treacherous what he's attempting. You're basically surfing out over dry reef. But the thing is, he launches himself into the sky. We know he's got a high strike rate with that move. And there is, times when, Rich, we've looked at that manoeuvre and said, yeah, we've just seen it so often, but we haven't seen too much of it this year from him. And that was a stellar version of the move.
Again, the point
is probably trying to remember that heat that he had with John at Sunset last year as a rookie when he was able to take him down. Florence, though, is setting going up off the bottom. How about that? Lay back, but extends the carve in the pocket, drills the timing off the lip, and shuts it down nice and easy. Two-time world champ, feeling good at main break, as expected. Loves her sport. I saw her playing footy over in the park and behind Pipeline. You could tell she probably could have been an athlete in a lot of different sports. As we see through the glare here, Carissa Moore picked that style out miles away. Five-time world champ.
Tyler, of course, in complete command of the situation, taking the bomb sets.
And here is another bomb. Already has a couple of 7-point rides, looking to improve on one of them here. Great start to this ride, drops back into the bowl, keeping these turns nice and close to the pocket. Just so coiled and ready to strike with turns like that. Big grab rail carve into a strong finish. Even though she hasn't wrestled away a strong result this season, she's certainly capable. As Stephanie Gilmore finally puts a ride together here. I mean, when you look at the two stages of the heat in this overlapping format, Gabriela Bryan really found the edge in the opening half of their heat.
Stephanie, do you not want a Yeti cooler?
I know, well, that first wave, yeah, it was a nice one. I just, in my head, I was thinking, I just need to get a decent score so I can get out the back and just get back in the game. And I know it's all about committing and
But she wants some big heat wins. She wants to be in the WSL Final 5. Caroline will take this wave. Needs a 4.17 as she sets it up off the bottom. Beautiful connection to start. Marks out in front. Jams it again. She is on her way.
pressure.
And seals the deal with an aggressive approach. Luke Egan.
Wow, Louis likes it.
Is very, very proud of that performance from the goofy footer. It's going to be easy to call that one as a lead change.
I think they'll probably leave a little bit in the tank. Filipe up and riding.
And last year's world champion just whips through that first turn. Big section here. Pushes hard on the back foot. He's going to get a third move in as well. So that's what he needed. Jordy scores coming through to be expected. They're going to fall around the 6-point range. Filipe getting an extra turn in. His wave maybe not quite as tall, but that second move, Bug's just so strong. He is absolutely ferocious when he pushes on that back foot.
He's currently the best surfer in the world. But you really need the right portraits, and let's see how he goes on this one.
That's right. I think you're referencing the flow. Maybe a little disruption there in Richie Porta's eyes. This one looks a bit more fluid, and maybe because the size difference on this wave, a bit smaller, really letting him rip this thing apart. Well-surfed wave for Chianca, chasing a 7.4, and definitely looked a bit smoother on a smaller wave on that one, Richie. I agree, Rich. Yeah, he's been open about that too, learning a lot, even with board selection, traveling well in the CT. Colapinto picking up a wave with some size. How was that? Smooth vertical whip over the foam. End section meets it with authority. Rides out super clean, and there's the celebration for Griff, as he'll just get the lead change off Liam O'Brien.
That was the biggest end section we've seen in the competition so far. Griff took it on, and what a finish. So this is going to be a huge number, you've got to think. Staying away from all that dangerous whitewash behind him. And man, look how compressed he is. His knees were on his chest. Did so well to really ride out of it. Griff just letting some of the emotion fly.
Just a lot of appreciation from surf fans for this guy's approach, and that is a wholeheartedly committed opening manoeuvre.
It sure is, and then he keeps going. This wave just lines up beautifully for him. These are strong moves, and right here he's just using that to get the jet ski in. This first turn, Ronnie, just incredible carve, brings the board right back around, back arm in.
See these surfers on the attack, hitting these critical sections. That's what John Florence has been doing during the break. He had this one. And what do you reckon? Do you reckon he's going to get into the excellent range at some point here, Felicity?
Yeah, it's inevitable. I mean, far out. I mean, look at this turn. Look at the power and the style. Just the way he brings it back around, and he turns on, really pivots on that back arm. And here you go. We get to see another variation of that layback hack.
Man, he went into that turn in first class. He was just completely flat.
That two-term combination, the judges love it.
Carissa Moore, after the stumbles, looking to get on the board. There's a nice sweep from Riss. The Hawaiian lights up a big section.
Is this one going to stand up? It sometimes looks like it's going to be a good set, and then it slides under the peak. Wow, she's been able to pick it up.
She's going to let Riss go. She takes it, pulls into the pit, and makes it. Carissa goes off the top and bounces vertically, and the 5-time world champ just pulled off a miracle moment under priority.
Oh my goodness. Is this one going to stand up? It sometimes looks like it's going to be a good set, and then it slides under the peak. Wow, she's been able to pick it up.
She's going to let Riss go. She takes it, pulls into the pit, and makes it. Carissa goes off the top and bounces vertically, and the 5-time world champ just pulled off a miracle moment under priority.
Oh my goodness. This wave just completely cups out. Lakey chooses not to go. Carissa had no choice but to pull in. And not only pulled in, but came straight out and belted the lip to get to the finish. So this will be a great view from above, Joe.
How critical was that? Pulled in perfectly and then smashed it. What a combo of turns. First the barrel, then a big vertical hack. That was impressive.
Wow. Well, just when you thought Lakey Peterson had complete control over this heat, the world champ finds a rare barrel, completely disappears from view, and manages to squeak out the door and then pounds this end section up and over the lip. Is this one going to stand up? It sometimes looks like it's going to be a good set, and then it slides under the peak. Wow, she's been able to pick it up.
She's going to let Riss go. She takes it, pulls into the pit, and makes it. Carissa goes off the top and bounces vertically, and the 5-time world champ just pulled off a miracle moment under priority.
Oh my goodness.
And she's not out of this one just yet, but Caroline Marks has just been so switched on. She's up again. She's trying to better a 7 now to maybe put it out of reach for Sally with a single ride. She's hammered this one, start to finish. She's not done with it. The 7's going to go out the door, you'd think. That was rock solid start to finish. You're going to turn in an excellent score is to start well and finish strong. John Florence here at the moment, just trying to turn around a pretty scrappy start by his standards. Looks like these walls are maybe cleaning up a little bit, and there is a typical trademark John layback, and look at the finish.
Wow. Two-turn combo. Like yeah, have a look at this. This one stood up perfectly for John, and just goes for the big layback hammer off the lip. Just, you know, got that foot right above the tail, right on the kick of the tail pad there, trying to maintain control, and not just one, backs it up with a great combination here. Bit more vertical in the attack on this one, Ron.
Yeah, a bit more vertical, I think, than we've seen any of the regular footers so far today. Kaipo, we get to see it in super slow-mo here on screen.
I need to win titles. I need to win championships, because all he's thinking about is making it to lowers.
Rolling in now, Griffin Colapinto, holding priority for a long time, finally swinging on the open face. Great start for Griff. Fading cut back on the open face, needs more for the finish. channels all that speed towards the beach. Great decision on the final maneuver for the Californian.
And he knows if he doesn't go, John will.
You're also seeing the amazing paddle ability of Florence, who is so far inside. Griffin takes this wave. Remember, needs just a 277. Unbelievable down car from Griff. Sets up a nice blowtail in the end section. A big two-turn combo. Griffin says, thank you very much. Snake and Tommy applauding the effort. We'll get that lead change, and we're down to 4:10 to go.
You watch Caroline, you know, Bronte when she was on tour, Tatiana, they have such strong backhands, and they have to.
Oh, some movement here on the outside. Good looking wall. Oh, an unbelievable grab rail carve to get started here from the two-time world champion. As she now looks to link this one through to the inside. Changes up the approach, pressing on those fins, and glides through a beautiful cutback with a neat rebound. And there's that motivation we touched on. Just some real emotion from Tyler Wright, and that should be a huge score.
And here we go.
Griffin Colapinto with his first answer and his opening ride of the final. Beautiful snap to float, rides out right in transition with the bottom turn. Nice cruisy cut back to fill in that space well. Throws down the wrap and end section. He flows right through beautifully. What a start to the final. 10-point ride at Kira at his rookie debut. Won the Triple Crown almost accidentally when he was just shadowing Kolohe and Dino. As we get back into this one, second effort for Medina. Nice solid opening snap. Big section goes up quickly. It was a little messy there, but he stays on his feet. Little wrapping cutback, similar looking type of wave as his opener. And he'll extend the backhand float just on his ability to balance while in awkward positions. He could pull that one down. But he almost starts with this big peak and then has that transition wall, just like his opening 717. Connect well in the first turn and kind of had to feel his way through that second point.
Yeah, this is going to be super exciting watching those two women go at it. Two natural footers with no more goofies left in the women's.
As we see the goofy standing here, Gabriel Medina crushes the first opportunity. Sets up another beautiful vertical hack with the tail release. Right back up to the top again. Will fight through the third turn and just force the finish on the end section. How does he stay on that surfboard? Unbelievable. No mistakes for Medina, no falls in 3 strikes in this final.